Hello everybody, welcome back to Retro Replays. Today I'm going to be playing the Sega Genesis version of Snow Brothers Nick and Tom. This is probably the best version of Snow Brothers. There are many out there, including of course the original arcade, the NES, the Game Boy, and some others maybe that I'm probably forgetting. But this is undoubtedly the best. And the reason is, well, easy is default, so I guess I'm gonna keep it on easy. Probably this is the best version because it has extra content as opposed to the original arcade, for example. The gameplay is exactly the same, the graphics are exactly the same as the original, but the music is somehow improved. Actually, there are different tracks as opposed to the arcade version, and there's extra content, namely more levels. I don't want to spoil the circumstances in which you will see those extra levels, but there are, and that makes this game extremely better, or much better, sorry, than the original counterpart. And also, for some reason, well, probably because of that, because of the exclusive content and everything, this game is actually pretty expensive to get on actual cartridge. At some point I wanted to get it, and I gave up on it, at least, unless I get a lot of money. And also has cutscenes, which the original version doesn't have. Of course, plot doesn't really matter too much in games like this, but at least you get a little bit of an extra, thing, a bonus thing for those who play the original arcade, like myself. So this like anime touch to this. It's kind of funny. So yeah, we have this thing that kidnapped the two princesses. I almost died in the first level. That would have been unforgivable. Unforgivable under any circumstance. So yeah, for those who don't know Snow Brothers, it's basically like a Bubble Bobble clone. In my opinion, I like this game better, or this series better than Bubble Bobble, even though Bubble Bobble is more of a classic. But Snow Brothers only had 2 games. The first one is actually the one that everybody remembers. The second one is probably a better game, but it's super short. That's probably the disappointing part out of that. Alright, grabbing that will get you to an extra bonus area in which you can get letters, and by completing those letters, I think you get an extra life. The word is snow. So yeah, I mean, I like the second game more. Actually, I'm gonna do a replay of that at some point, probably this year. Don't get surprised if that actually happens. There's a lot of arcade games coming up. So when I do that, certainly Snow Brothers 2 will be within the list. Actually, I did a Snow Brothers arcade on Naked Gaming, I think it was last year. Because I think it's the version that I never did on camera, or at least on a pre-recorded video for the YouTubes. And well, as you can see, this is a replay, so basically I did this version first, or instead of the arcade. I ended up doing the arcade basically to find potential differences, and just played all the versions of the very same game, which I do a lot of. Put, I don't know, Sunset Riders, Contra, Mortal Kombat. I play always console and arcade games, or arcade versions of the very same games, in order to enjoy all of those versions, all of our experiences, to find differences and comment on those. Alright, here we have the bottles. The blue bottle gives you extra power, the red one gives you extra speed, and the yellow one gives you extra range. I think it's the first bottle I get in the game. These power-ups appear very often. Now they appear very often. I was kind of surprised they didn't actually show up until now. I'll be making save states at the beginning of each level, so we won't run out of lives. I think there is a limited amount of continues, and you can use password in between worlds anyway, so you can try as many times as it takes to beat the game. Of course, you will lose all your power-ups if you lose a life, so it will make your life or your experience actually kind of harder with the game. In the original arcade there are 50 floors, so basically there are 5 worlds. Here we have the range. At this point, I don't really want to get anything else. There is also another bottle which is what is the name of the color? Turquoise? Like the name of the the name of the color for the background for this show, and that gives you like invincibility. It becomes like Super Nick. Yeah, but remember my character is called Nick, and the red guy is called Tom. Boss time. So yeah, each world has 10 floors. The 10th one usually is a boss. I think there is no exception to that. You can just hit him with your normal shots, or the power-up version of my own shots. But it is definitely more convenient to use full snowballs on him in order to beat it faster. And you can keep shooting it and get points when he dies. Once he dies. Which is kind of funny. Just 10 points per shot, but hey, you can keep doing that for shits and giggles. Foxes. I think that's what I read. So let's do World 2, or Stage 2 as they call it. Yeah, this is the same music so far, but I think from level 3 it gets some tunes repeated. Except in the last world. But here we have like exclusive tones for pretty much every world. I remember a couple of exclusive tones. Or tracks, I should call them. I'm full in power-ups. Full power, full speed, full range. So I can advance much faster through the levels. Of course, if I get the invincibility thing much better. I would like to get it at least once so you can see it, for those who are not familiar with the game. And just a little bit of the invincibility frame. You are given like 3 or 4 seconds of invincibility at the beginning of each level, so you can get that opportunity to go through, tough spots and position yourself properly so you can start attacking enemies. Usually I try to go to the very top of the levels. Tornado guy is very annoying, so a good thing I killed him first. And also, after you ride let's say the snowballs, you become invincible also for a few seconds, pretty much like starting the level all over again. Or respawning after a death, which also gives you a little bit of invincibility. That's the one I was talking about. Probably I won't be able to reach it though. Yeah, he becomes more powerful, he becomes invincible, so every enemy will die if I touch him. Of course, that will not last in between levels. In Snow Brothers 2 that happens, and if you grab it, for example, at the end of the level, it will be saved until the next level, so you can properly use it even if you grab it at the very end of it. And let's see if we can complete the word snow, so we can get to see. Nice. I actually trapped him before he became a tornado, which would have been not problematic, but you would have to wait and try to dodge, of course, the tornado, which you cannot shoot any snow to him while he's in that form. That was close. One more room before the boss. Probably the most dangerous enemy is these red guys. Oh, sorry, these green guys. Cannot distinguish fucking colors apparently. That shoot fire. Because they have range attacks and then instant kill you anyway. This boss could be a little bit problematic too. You have to know where he's going to shoot the bombs. And get away from him. For example here. Because they can get shot by the bomb and die instantly. I would prefer this guy to go down. Well, I could just hit the guy with only one snowball. I want to think that I'm actually doing more damage with this powered up version of my own shots. Alright, that was it. And as he's going away, I shoot him some more. IKTZ. Alright, let's do a little bit of stage 3. Yeah, I don't think this tune is in the arcade. Oh, okay, yeah, this is the variation to the green guy that shoots fireballs downwards. Those are dangerous. I'm getting the exact same letters. Let's see if I have time. Probably that had letter N, you never know. So yeah, the guys that shoot down are the worst, in my opinion. So if you get to the very top of the level, you are in a good advantage here. You're in a good situation, as opposed to not being at the very top. Alright, let's get to half of the floor at least, of the stage. So let's get to 25. Yeah, I decided to do some extra levels because we were still under the 10-minute mark. But as you know, with all these power-ups, I'm going a lot faster. Okay, now I have to wait, or maybe... Actually, what you can do is use the snowballs as platforms and get up there and take care of certain enemies that are in a higher platform. Alright, that guy there, you're not supposed to kill it normally. I mean, if you shoot him once, he will become, as you can see, some piece of a game. Mahjong, maybe? That's 4 points, essentially. That's floor 25. Okay, this is the last one I was doing today. See, the invisibility lasts not very long, so you have to be careful. And I made the same mistake. Usually, most of my deaths are a result of that. Not being careful with invisibility frame times. Ah, there was somebody in tornado form, which I didn't notice. This guy over here. Well, I am gonna miss the invisibility again, even if I grab it now. Well, it's gone. I wouldn't have been able to kill anybody. So guys, this is it for now. Well, that was some good progress, and we'll see you next time with more Snow Brothers for the Genesis. I just noticed that the screen is a little bit cut. I mean, you can see the entire level, but for example, the top part or the bottom part is kind of incomplete. Well, I'll fix that next time.